Hi, this is Milian Cordova, and this is my what my project draft would go like. So first, during the sort of, I can, I feel like I'm gonna show her face more because that's more presentable and that's more sort of like an interview. So first, I'd be first introducing Generation Justice like I do in my first media lab too. I'll just introduce Generation Justice and sort of the background that I play and sort of the role I play as a GJ intern, and how I was on radio and how I've interviewed Ember Wallen before and stuff like that. And after that, I'll be talking about GJ's mission, and I'll go through it pretty quick so I can have more in depth with her. And I'll probably have her say GJ's mission so it sounds better coming out of her voice because it is an interview. I'll ask her to introduce herself. Obviously, I'll just say, welcome to my interview. If you can please introduce yourself. And so she'll introduce herself as the member of Generation Justice, and she'll say Kateri Zuni. That's what I'm anticipating. And if not, I can also, when doing this, I can add like some sort of CC in YouTube, so it'd be easier for people to understand the interview and understand all the words I'm saying. After she introduced herself, I want to introduce all the core values. So, multiculturalism, equity, youth leadership and empowerment, community, love, action. So the main part that I would be introducing or asking her are first, what's your name and what's your relation to Generation Justice? She'll explain how long she's been in Generation Justice, and not how long she's been in Generation Justice, but just how long how long Generation Justice has been around. So, like, the first question is, what are some of the words that are specific for Generation Justice? I anticipate that she'll probably use all of these words right here since these are our 6 core values. So she'll respond with that answer. After that, I'll ask her, how long have you been a GJ member and how long has GJ been a nonprofit organization? I know Generation Justice got their name in about 2004, late 2004, early 2005. That's where they got the name Generation Justice, after a radio show that was broadcasted to ask what we should be called. And after that, or before that, it was just it was just the youth radio program is what it was called before it was called Generation Justice. So it's been around for 15 plus years. So I can kind of tell her to ask, like, I can add more depth to that question by asking her to add more depth to it by saying, like, how long has Generation Justice been around, and not only what their mission is, but what their mission was before and what their mission is now, especially during 2020. I anticipate that she'll say she's been in here for several years, and it's been around for about 15 years. Why does GJ, next question I'll ask her is, why does GJ only use young people's voices more? I have no idea what I should anticipate here because she has her own ideas. So I do anticipate it's because I feel like they want to get youth more involved, and so they can have youth take over the mantle whenever her generation is gone. Next question, sort of similar question, how does this help all young people, especially color? Like we always say in our mission and sort of all the time, is that we're for people of color because we know they've been suppressed for so long, especially indigenous and Hispanics, African American people. So I feel like she'll say something along those lines, and she said she'll probably say that it helps them a lot, and it helps them get their voices out and sort of be more active in social justice. I feel like that's what I'm anticipate her saying. Next question I'll probably ask her is, how does our radio voice differ from, and how does our radio voice differ from our regular voice? When I say radio voice, I mean the sexy voice, like I talked about in Media Lab 2. I anticipate she means that we try to sound more sort of authentic and smarter in a way, more intelligent in a way. So I feel like she's gonna say something like that, and I feel like all these questions, since they're all open-ended questions because they're how, why, blah blah blah. I feel like they all take about 2 to 3 minutes. I can try to cut her down because I know like the second question will probably take maybe 30 seconds. So I feel like the whole thing will be 5 to 7 minutes long, maybe 10 minutes long. And I'll probably use some of it to introduce it myself and have her introduce Generation Justice as her being a member of Generation Justice. My last and final question: when writing our script, what words do we stay away from, and what words do we use the most? So I feel like a lot of the words that, you know, I have no idea what she's gonna say for what words we stay away from, because I feel like we use a very big variety of words, and I know a lot of the words we use the most sort of like equity, youth leadership, community, love, action, and everything that's in our mission. So I feel like I anticipate her saying something along those lines, and then I'll also ask her if there's anything more she wants to add. Um, just because that's how we do it in Generation Justice, and I feel like it's more authentic that way. So she can add sort of more about the voice the Generation Justice has, and sort of how we speak in our own manner. This is all from my rough draft. The final draft will be better because it will be her voice. Thank you for listening.